What's up, everyone? Stumbles here, and we are back at Hindsight Acres here on Farming Simulator 25. So I did some contracts, just wanted to get some of those out of the way so we had some extra money. We still need to actually work on our field. So let's take a look. These are the contracts I haven't cashed out on yet. So we got 8,569 coming from our cultivating contract that we did, as well as $9,974 coming from a harvesting of spinach contract. So we're going to collect both of those. So we have some extra money in our pockets, now a total of $51,000. But we need to get started on our field. What we're going to do is I'm going to fast forward to October, and I think October we can still plant our wheat in October. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right in, and we're going to get our field prepped, but we're going to start prepping it in October. It looks like October's weather is going to be clearer than what we still have left in September. At least October's looking like rain. If I look at the bottom here, yeah. So right here is where you see it. October doesn't look great. So I'm wondering if we should start. Can you plant in the rain? I don't even remember. Well, either way, let's move to October. All right, it's October. It's 7 in the morning. And sure enough, it's raining. Sweet. Well, we need to lease some equipment. And what I'm thinking we need to do is I want to subsoil. I don't want to do a full-blown plow. Plowing's kind of annoying. You get the same effect with a subsoiler, and you don't need as much engine power, I don't believe. And the part of the downside, though, is they're not very wide. So there's that. This one is 5 meters wide, so that's not too bad. It's $31,000, though. Like, it's insane. This one's 4 meters, only needs 205 horsepower, which is another thing we need to consider. We need to look at tractors. I'm thinking we lease. I don't know what I want to lease. I want to lease something that is going to have enough power that we don't need to lease a different tractor, but at the same time, like I don't really know where I'm going with that. We don't want to waste our money and get a tractor that can't do everything. So we know we're going to need to subsoil. We know we might need to, we're probably going to need to spread some, let's see, I don't want a manure spreader, I just want fertilizer spreaders. We're going to need to spread probably fertilizer and lime. That's what the word I was looking for. This only requires, doesn't really require anything from what I'm looking at here. So look at this fancy doodad. I've never seen that one before. So that's not a concern. I don't know about weeding. This one, we may just have to get one that's like not a very big one, which is not a big deal because we don't have a huge field. Okay, I'm not as worried about the tractor. I think we need at least 200 horsepower, but let's look at the subsoiler again. And let's see, subsoiler is, we could go with this one. It requires a 205 horsepower. So we're going to lease this one. Does it really need an attachment? I don't know. Let's just start with leasing it. Hopefully it doesn't need a weight. It's $1,000 just to lease that bad boy. Now let's go to our trailers. I'm thinking a medium tractor. Well, the small tractors, yeah, I mean, the small tractors just aren't going to get us there. We got to go medium. We want at least 200 horsepower. That's probably excessive. This Valtra is probably the way to go. Its default is 210 horsepower. This Fendt, extremely more, like, why is it so much more expensive? That's just absolutely baffling. Kind of digging these Mercedes ones, but I don't know. How is that a medium tractor? It's an interesting take. All right, I think the path is the Vultra. It's $168,000 reverse driving. Does it? That's interesting. I've never seen that as an option. Roof setup. We don't need that perk. Fuel tank. Don't really care. I do want the Isaria. I don't know how to say that. Pro compact. And the reason is because when we do like the lime and the fertilizer, we can get the variable amount, which will help us with our, I guess, what is it, a darn thing called? I can't even think of it. The the bonus we get when we sell our stuff. I can't think of it right now. It's sad and unfortunate, but it'll apply a variable amount, so we're not just spamming the ground with you know, chemicals and things like that and wasting inventory essentially. So we're going to lease this. No, I don't have enough money, obviously. We're going to lease it almost 10 grand. Jeez. Yikes. The money is going away very quick. Very quick. All right, let's go over to our Vultra, get our subsoiler, and let's get our subsoil on. Yeah, we're going to get our subsoil on. All right, the rain is supposed to last, I think, until noon in game. Oddly enough, it is also raining here, and I feel like the way this is driving, I might need to get us a weight. So let's go here. And this is kind of the way I like to get these weights, is just go to what the attachments are. So if you press R3, we get the proper attachments. I think we'll just probably buy it. I feel like a 900 to 1500 kilogram is fine. We can go bigger. It's an extra 2. Oh, I want the 900 kilogram weight. Why is it showing as kilogram? I thought I changed everything to pounds. So it doesn't look like you can actually change the display of the weights. I thought you could, but maybe not. I think getting the 900 kilograms is going to be fine. And we're going to just purchase this because I think leasing that seems kind of stupid. So let's get this on the front here. And boom. All right, we got a little bit more balance. Let's head over to the farm and start subsoiling our field. All right, we're at our field. One thing that even in my own playthroughs of the game, not that I've really done a full-blown playthrough, is I've rarely even worked in the rain. So this will be kind of a fun little learning experience. And you know what? I'm not going to go grid lines or anything on this. We're just gonna do it. And I don't know that I lowered this properly. I lowered the front weight, which I don't know that you necessarily need to do. But we're gonna kind of just get after it. And the dynamic ground, oh man, I love it. Vehicle's gonna get nice and dirty. We're already missing spots. So yeah, we're off to a terrible start. I kind of want to turn on the GPS because I'm a perfectionist, and I think I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. All right, so we've got 3 head ends is fine. Yeah. We're gonna line this bad boy up, and we'll just get cracking. And I don't like the fact that we missed a spot, so we're gonna have to back her up. Now line it, and boom, there we go. Okay, off we go. So yeah, I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to get our field prep today. We may or may not do a contract. What is this like? It looks like a floating sign, but it's a bike sign. What I think we're going to do is really just get our field going today. That's going to be the big focus for us. Hopefully, we can get some decent contracts. I haven't looked at any of the contracts yet for March, but this is October. It is our last month to absolutely get the field prepped. Otherwise, we are out of time and we missed the deadline to get this taken care of. So there's that. And this is going incredibly slow. Really struggle busing here. I wanted to kind of just do this part right here myself because of the weird angle. So here we go. We're really, this is the downside to not being able to get a bigger tractor with a lot of oomph. A lot of oomph. Oh man, it is on the struggle bus. I thought we had enough horsepower. It is really struggling. What if I lower the weight? Does that help? I don't know that that helps. I feel like we might just need to go downhill the whole time. This is a real struggle. This is so terrible. Oh my gosh. Why is it so struggling? Struggle bus. We have enough horsepower, but I mean, it's just barely enough horsepower. So, you know, whatever. We'll pull all the way forward. Come on, you can do it. All right, so I think we need to lift this guy because that's really going to slow us down. And we're going to, I think going parallel is fine. Shouldn't have any issues with this. So let's get going this direction. But I think we're going to need to go downhill because we just don't have the tractor for it. Like it can't handle it. That is it definitely cannot handle it. But we are going to get this field in ship shape. Got to add lime. We got to get fertilizer. I thought I turned on stone, but so far we have no stone. So that's a perk because stone is a bit annoying. Although, does subsoiling remove the weed possibility? That part, I'm not sure. It seems kind of wasteful if we have to go all the way up the hill and then start going down. But I mean, it'll be faster than us fighting going up this darn hill. That's for sure. So we're going to just raise this bad boy up and we're going to go up the hill. You can feel it kind of pulling on me. And we're just going to go boop, 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 boop. Oh, back up. Back her up. And I want to kind of just get it from this angle, the whole thing. So let's go like that. And we should be able to just call it good like so. All right. So going up and down the hill, I mean, it's inefficient to have to drive up the hill and then go do the work going down. But we just don't have enough power in this tractor. So lesson learned there. Even though technically we have enough power to operate it, when it comes to going uphill or adding extra strain, it's not going to be a thing for us. So we're just going to turn around and go back up and do it all over again. This is going to take a minute, so you guys enjoy this music.
51 grand in the bank. One hill that hates my guts. And it's raining in the game and outside my window. Let's plant some wheat. Bank the contract money, the cultivators pay. The last day of October, or the whole plan's delayed. The radar screaming rain, but the calendar don't care. At least a subsolar, cause a plow ain't fair. And 210 horsepower, at least you're on a whim. Money left my pocket before I climbed up in. It's tied like a tiger, don't ask me what it means. I made it up myself, somewhere in between a hill I can't climb and a bank account thin. Rain on the roof since the day we began. Tied like a tiger, yeah, that's how we roll. One field, one wheat crop, one hill, one big hole. Wait, is tight like a tiger even a real saying? I don't think I just made that up, did I? struggle bus rolling, I swore we had the power. Hill said not today, ate up half an hour. Drove her up empty, worked the field going down. Learned that lesson quick out on this ground. Down to 1,000 liters, prayed the line would hold. Squeak by with an inch to spare, so I'm told. Front weight reads kilos, I wanted it in pounds. Some things just don't switch no matter how you push around. It's tied like a tiger, don't ask me what it means. I made it up myself.
All right, y'all, we are at the end of our subsoiling journey on our farm here at Hindsight Acres. So now that we've done that, we need to actually get rid of, we're going to actually raise up our weight there. Let's unattach our subsoiler. We're going to get rid of that. So let's go to vehicles and return. Now we actually need to lease a, we got a lime first, I believe. So we're going to get our fertilizer spreader, and we need one that can do both. So part of me says we just need to get this bad boy here, because this one only does fertilizing. And these guys are just absolutely crazy large. And we don't need all that. So we're going to lease this guy. We don't need the extension. So we're going to lease that. It's another $2,300. Money just blowing out. That's for sure. And when we get over there, we'll buy some lime. I'm hoping we only need, I don't know, 1 pallet of lime and then maybe 1 pallet of fertilizer. But the fertilizer part, I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that yet, because I typically, when I play, I usually like to use liquid fertilizer or a fertilizer that can also go in a seeder. So we'll have to look at what that looks like. Is there a seeder that can also hold fertilizer that's within our price range, that's not like excessively large? So we have to think through, like, what is that going to look like? I mean, we're broke. What is this deal here? Why is there just a random bale right here? Has this always been there? This is owned by me. What? How do you figure? I am very confused. I have not done anything with cotton. Owned by me. Is this an Easter egg? And if it is, how am I supposed to get it and go sell it? I can't carry it. We could turn on super strength. I don't know. That feels like it's an Easter egg, but I don't know. I'm very confused by this. I mean, 10,000. That's a good chunk of change for cotton, I think. I don't know what to do about that. Turning on super strength, we could carry it to wherever it could be sold at. Getting something to actually transport it is a whole different thing. I don't even know how we would do that, to be quite honest. And it would be a lot of money we'd have to spend to do that. Part of me says turn on to super strength and carry it. I don't know. We didn't really set super strict rules with using that kind of stuff in this series. You guys got to let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to enjoy the chaos on a regular basis and get notified when it happens. But outside of that, like, I don't know what to do about the bale, and I need you guys to let me know what you think I should do. Should we just turn on super strength and go sell it? That's some money right there. Like, we need the money, and it's a good chunk of money. Just saying. All right, lime is not under seeds. You know, that makes sense. I'm thinking 1 pallet or 1 bag, doesn't really matter, of lime. I mean, 2,000 liters should be plenty. But it also kind of depends on how bad off that field is going to determine how much of that lime gets used. We could go through it all. So we'll find out. I'll see you guys back at the field. You know, as I'm driving this, I know I said see you guys back in the field, but I had to just come back here and say that bale of cotton. Excuse me, sir, that's a double line that you just passed me on. That was totally illegal. This bale right here, we could potentially turn on super strength just temporarily, throw it into, I don't know, we'd probably end up crashing, throw it into our spreader, right? And then take it to sell it. I don't know where it came from. That's the thing. Like, this is a new map. You guys saw me start it new. And we haven't done anything with cotton. Haven't done any contracts with cotton. It's got to be an Easter egg. Because I don't know where else it came from. And I'm baffled. All right, we are back at our field. We're going to turn on our... I don't know that turning on your crop sensor in this scenario really matters. But we're going to pull up here. We're going to turn on our fertilizer spreader. And we are just going to go and see how this pans out. We need to zoom out quite a bit here. Yep. Zoom out. Here we go. I don't know if this is the ideal time to do this. It seems to be working. We have sunshine coming later in the day, but, you know, I don't know. I hope this is going to work the way I need it to. So we're going to turn her off. Turn around. I mean, I don't know if this is a mod or if this is just part of the game, because I turned on like real dirt color or something like that. But because it's raining, it's not that bright white, like dry looking. It's pretty cool. I like it. And because lining up on a fertilizer spreader can be a little bit challenging, I want to... Can I do no head ends? Hide lines automatically. So we'll go one head end, and that should be fine. We turn this guy on, and we should be lined up just right to get this evenly spread. Perfect. I am a little concerned that we are going to run out of lime, but like this section right here of our dirt is where the lime is really getting eaten up, and we are down to 1,000 liters of lime. It is not ideal. All right, so let's get this turned on again, and it's just eating it up. Okay, it's slowed down a bit, so we're not on whatever the type of dirt that is to our right. I don't know what that dirt is, but we're not on that, so we're not eating as much lime, which is great. So we might actually get away with this here. Turn that off. Let's do our next piece here. Boom. Look at that. This tractor really struggles going up the hill, but I think we're going to be okay on the amount of lime that we had. So maybe. I mean, we have 478 liters left. That's not a lot. But we have only 2 little strips left. Come on, let's get there. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Tight like a tiger. I don't even know where that came from. What does that even mean? Tight like a tiger. And who said it? Is it a thing? It's got to be a thing, right? I didn't just make it up, even though it's totally within the realm of possibility that I would make something up like that. That doesn't make any sense. So we're getting this little spot right here, and we just barely had enough lime to lime our field. Awesome. Now, I don't think we need this, specifically the spreader anymore. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the seeders. We want one that takes... Okay, so that's actually a pretty good, decent one. the Great Plains solid stand 1500 takes fertilizer and seed. We get a fertilizer distribution unit for an extra $5,000. Otherwise, it doesn't have it. But it says it has it. I don't know what the distribution unit matters. And I think it takes... It's got to take regular dry fertilizer, right? We're going to lease it. All right. That's another $2,700 down the drain. Ay. Let's return, if I can figure out which menu to click on properly. Let's return our spreader here. I'm not too worried about the remnants of what's in there. And now that I just returned it, this whole idea that I had of putting that cotton bale in it is gone because I've already returned it. All right, let's head back to the store. All right, we're at the store to pick up our cedar and fertilizer. So let's get this hooked up, and then we're gonna need to go into the store here and actually buy the seeds. So we're just gonna buy, I guess, a pallet of seeds. Doesn't really matter. Purchase that, and then we also need a consumable. So let's get a pallet of... We need actual solid fertilizer. Okay, yeah, it does take solid fertilizer. So let's just get the pallet version of that. We'll buy one of those. That should be enough. At least my hope is that it's enough. So I'm still very much torn about this bale. Even if we did, so let's talk through this a little bit. Even if we did try to get it out without using super strength, we are still... Did we already refill? Okay, I guess we already filled up everything. Even if we didn't use super strength, it's in a really odd position that makes it really difficult to get it out, even if we weren't going to use like a cheat or a mod or whatever you want to call it, like super strength. I don't know. That's what's going on in my head. Again, you guys need to let me know what you think we should do. I want that bale, though. It's 10,000 liters. It's cotton. It's going to put a nice chunk of money in our pocket. So let me know. All right, we're back at our field. It didn't take me that long to drive back, but I did fast forward to where it was sunny because I just don't know like the implications of sowing our seeds when it's raining. So that part gave me a little bit of concern. And I'm also considering that we go down to just like one head end, because then we're just gonna... I think what we're gonna have to do more than likely is have to drive up the hill, sow, drive down the... or go down the hill to sow, and then drive back up the hill. That's my hunch. So that's what we're gonna plan for in this scenario. We're gonna make sure that our crop sensor is on, and we are selecting wheat. Okay, good. I almost actually forgot about that part. So here we go. There we go. We are planting wheat. We are using a lot of seeds for this application, as you can see by the variable speed rate. That tells you, the type of ground that we're on, for instance. See this real color thing? I don't know if this is just because of the mod, but my hunch is the tires are all white from driving on the line, which I think is super cool. All right, let's get after it. Let's keep going. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go up and down. We're going to try going up, and then if going up is fine, then I think we're okay. Also think we turned on crop destruction, so I don't know if crop destruction applies at this stage. And hopefully we can actually go up the hill without much issue. It is just a cedar, but what do I know? So far, so good. We're getting it, and we're getting near the kind of the real steep portion of the hill, and we're making it up. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, yeah. All right, let's keep going all the way through to the end. I want to hop out after we lift that up. I want to look at our ground here. So, oh, yeah, look at that. pH value set up perfect. It's in its growing stage. Expected yield is still crap. 89%? Why? It's fertilized. It's needs rolling is not, I don't know. I'm not super duper fond of that yield potential. It's not great in my opinion. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of this planting. Yeah, see you guys soon.
I made it up myself, somewhere in between a hill I can't climb and a bank account thin. Rain on the roof since the day we began, tied like a tiger. Yeah, that's how we roll. One field, one wheat crop, one hill, one big hole. There's a bale of cotton sitting in my dirt, says it's mine, but buddy, I ain't done a lick of work. 10,000 liters just to taunting me. Somebody tell me, cheat it or let it be. Waited on the sunshine before I put the seed down. pH looked perfect, but the yield still frowned. 89% on dirt that don't play fair. Chickens are laying like they don't have a care. Lawns eating supper, a combine sitting still. Welcome to hard mode up on Riverbend Hill. It's tied like a tiger. Don't ask me what it means. I made it up myself, somewhere in between a hill I can't climb and a bank account thin. Rain on the roof, woo, since the day we began, tied like a tiger. Yeah, that's how we roll. That's how we roll. One field, one wheat crop, one hill, one big hole. Next episode, we'll see how this goes. Hit like and subscribe, y'all. And for the love of wheat, somebody help me with that cotton bale.
All right, you guys, we have finished sowing our wheat, not oats. So looks pretty good. We have random spots where weeds are growing, I guess. So that's unfortunate. We're going to have to deal with the weeds once they start popping up. What is your guys' preference on dealing with weeds? Do you spray them? Do you use the weeder? I'm open to suggestions because if we have crop destruction on, I don't know what the best approach is going to be to minimize like the tram lines that we're going to end up putting into the field. This yield, expected yield and potential yield is not super great. I'm a little disappointed in that, and I think it's because of the type of soil that we're on relative to us growing wheat. So yeah, and for some reason we have just a random bad spot. I don't know why we overdid it on that one. I guess I don't know. Yeah, let's take a look at our chickens real quick and see how they're thriving. We've got 2 things of eggs now, so that's good. And our chickens still have food, so I think we're doing good. The downside to one of the downsides is we have this combine still, and we're paying monthly for it, and we're not really doing anything with it, and that's primarily because we don't have another place to keep our wheat. So we need to do some more contracts as we look at what's available in contracts for October. There are a few. We have a couple cultivating ones. We have some harvesting. We have a cotton harvest. Oh, I don't know how we'll get it out of there. We can use super strength. Although typically one of the things that they don't allow you to use is this equipment for your own stuff. So we might not even be able to get away with it the way we want. We have rock removal. That's a pretty easy one. I think the big thing next episode is we're kind of in we just got to get past the growing season. We need our wheat to grow. So we're going to knock out some contracts and try and get us some money in our account to where we're not hemorrhaging all the way up until the moment that we need to um, harvest our wheat. And we also need to look at paying down this loan as quickly as possible, because the loan is eating away our monthly income, or lack of income, if you will. But that's going to do it for us today. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time here at Hindsight Acres. Thanks for joining.